Hello there guys, welcome to the Profession Guide. My name is Real Killer Gaming and I am a senior director of Red Light Broadcasting, and today in this video I will talk about the different professions, gathering, crafting, and secondary professions. I will tell you about how to level them the best, and I will also tell you about the benefits from having a profession. So let's get started. So to get a main profession, you will have to speak with a profession trainer in either any level 6 city or any capital city. Now, to get the profession, you just have to speak with them. You can say, tell me about gathering professions, or tell me about production professions, which is crafting professions. Now, gathering, there's herbalism, there's mining, and there's skinning. Now, if we go to production professions, you can see that that's alchemy. That is with herbalism. You can get the resources from herbalism. Blacksmithing, you get the resources from mining. Enchanting, you will get the resources by disenchanting item. You will have that too when you train in enchanting. Engineering, you will get the resources by mining. Inscription, you will get the resources by herbing. Jewel crafting, you will get the resources by mining. Leatherworking, you will get the resources by skinning. Tailoring, any humanoid can drop clothes, linen cloth, silk cloth, anything, and you can use that for tailoring. So that's a way to get tailoring level up. Now, the clothes dropping from defeated humanoids will be depending on their level. If you, for example, defeat a level 6 humanoid, you will probably get linen cloth. If you, for another example, defeat a level 80 humanoid, you will get amber silk cloth, which is used for higher level crafting tailoring, which you will need if you level up tailoring, for example. Now, to train secondary professions, you will have to go to the specific secondary profession trainer, which is, for in this instance, Goldshire, Elwyn Forest, Lion's Pride Inn. Upstairs, you will find a first aid trainer. She can train you in first aid. Now, first aid also requires clothes, which will drop from humanoids. So having that and tailoring will be a bit of a problem unless you level one very fast and the other not so fast. Now, outside Goldshire there is also a fishing trainer which can teach you how to fish. Be patient with that one. Now, as for herbalism and mining, you will get a tracking mechanism. You can activate the tracking mechanism in the right corner in your minimap. It's called tracking. Here you will say find herbs and find minerals. Now, I have trained both of these, so I can find both copper rain and silver leaf. As you can see, I can track them on my minimap. Now, here we go. There we go down, and we can gather pretty much silver leaf. So, that which we can use for either alchemy, inscription, and the copper rain we can use for engineering, jewel crafting, or blacksmithing. Now, a good thing to note is that professions are depending on the area that you are in. For example, Elwyn Forest is good for skinning because there is a lot of creatures or beasts. It is also good for plants, as for herbalism, but not that very good for mining actually, since mining has to be in the mountains. It's pretty good if you are in Lochmoden. But in Elwyn Forest, there's not too many hills, which means that your mining will be kinda inefficient. Now, there will still be a bit of mining in Elwyn Forest, but there won't be as many and the spawn rate won't be as big. So it's a good thing to note that if you are a humanoid or a human, as for a race, it is good to be either skinning, herbalism, or tailoring, just to gather all the goods that Elwyn Forest brings. If you are a dwarf, then it's good to be mining because there is a lot of copper rain in Lochmoden. Now, it is important to note that it isn't an entirely huge difference there is from lands to lands about which materials they bring, but still it can have a difference. It is also a good idea to know that all of the newer patches or the newer things, for example Gilneas or the Goblin spawn place, it have a pretty decent customized area with a lot of each material. That also counts for the Pandarian starting place and all of Pandaria and all of the Cataclysm lands. Which means that if you're there, you can pretty much have any profession you want to. Which is good for people like me, because I like to have both herbalism and mining just to make money off it. Then there's also some areas which will have different places in the area, which will either give mining, for example, near the mountains around, and then in the middle you will have skinning, herbalism, and maybe not that many humanoids in this area. This is places like Angora in the around the wall. You will see a lot of mining, and if you go just a bit in, you will see a lot of herbalism, and all around you will see a lot of animals. This is a perfect place for being a gatherer. Now, how do you level up a profession seriously? So my tip to this is, if you're either leveling meanwhile, or if you are the highest level, then I would still want you to pick your places after your profession. For example, as I said before, if you're mining, you should be in the dwarven places, in the mountains. And if you're herbalism, you should stay in Teldrassil, the Elf's Quest place, or you should be in Elven Forest. And if you're skinning, you should either go... yeah, you can actually be anywhere with skinning. But if you're questing meanwhile, I wouldn't want you to do that many dungeons, because there aren't many dungeons who give you these profession materials which you need. There are whaling caverns which will give you herbalism and a lot of skinning, and other than that, there is not very many who will give you mining or anything else. So just keep out of dungeons and try to do quests. So, as I said in the start of the video, there are certain benefits for having a profession, and I'm gonna tell a bit more about that. So, if you, for example, are leveling, I would want you to have either mining or herbalism, since when you do mining or herbalism, you can gain extra experience from herbing or mining, which means that you will always get some more experience if you just mine everything that you see on your minimap and herb everything you see on your minimap. Actually, when I did this, when Mist of Pandaria came out, I was almost a whole level in front of my friend who didn't have any professions, a whole level, and I was only mining. There was so much mining in Pandaria that I simply leveled up like crazy with it. It was incredible. So that is one good thing about having a profession. Another good thing is that if you are high level and you don't need the experience, you don't need the items either, then gather a stack and sell it on Ahe. For example, ghost iron ore. A whole stack of ghost iron ore, it can sell from about 20 gold to 200 gold. And if you have a fly mount, it takes only 60 seconds to gather a stack of ghost iron ore. Which means that you can actually gain about 20 to 200 gold in 60 seconds. That's a lot. And the last thing is that if you are leveling still and you really want to keep your profession, the profession can also help you with the gaining gear. If you did the serious thing about not going into dungeons, which means you won't have as much good gear, your profession will still be able to make quite a bit of gear for you, which will expand your artillery, if we can call it that. It will make you better, and still you will level up in your crafting profession as well, which will give gains on everything that you have. Also, if you would like to have a secondary profession as well as your main professions, I would tip you to keep up your archaeology. Not that you should go around digging at the dig sites, but it is always a good idea to just have it, because if you run past a dig site, each time you do archaeology, it gives quite a bit of XP, which will also benefit to you leveling up. Archaeology can also gain your mounts, as for example, I have a mount right in here. It's called the Fossilized Raptor. I don't know if you have seen it. Here it is. it is a pretty nice amount. And such things can drop as from archaeology. You can also get quite a lot of combat pets, and you will also get some weapons sometimes. You will get some ropes, and all of these items will be account bound. So to make gold off your professions, I would tip you to have in the start, when you're low level or high level, depends. I would tip you to have 2 gathering professions because they gain a lot of gold in the start. But later, it is good to have a crafting profession together with your gathering profession. For example, in level 90, you can have about with 12 ghost iron bars, which, as I said before, it takes only 16 seconds to get a stack of ore. You can make some PvP armor, some blue PvP armor. I think it's item set 10 or 11 or 12, but this can sell from all the way down from 200 gold to all the way up to 2000 gold, which will mean that by gathering just 12 ghost iron bars, which is 24 ghost iron ores, a bit over 60 seconds of time, you can gain from so much gold that it's incredible. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Real Clear Gaming, Senior Director of Red Light Broadcasting. This has been the Profession Guide. Many more guides to come for World of Warcraft. I hope you could use some of my information in this video. If you could, be sure to leave a like, maybe a comment, maybe a favorite if you did, and maybe share it to some of you other guys who have problems with professions and could use some help to either level or know what to even use them for. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.